What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Tracie Mae. Welcome back to my channel. I have not been doing edited videos for a while, and this one ain't gonna be too edited itself because I've been spending a lot of time in my bedroom actually trying to do things. It has been a week. 1 week since I turned 45 years old, and I gotta tell you, it's downhill. And I'm going downhill fast. I saw a video from, I'm gonna put it in here, but I saw a video from quarantine where somebody asked me, where do I see myself in 5 years? I want to be in my own home, like a single family home. Y'all know I live in this condo, been here for 9 years, but I want a backyard. I want a dog if I have a backyard. If I don't have a backyard, I don't want a dog. See what I'm doing? See what I'm doing there? I want to be able to open the door, let you out, come back in. I don't want to have to go for walks. I want a husband. I want kids. Ultimately, in 5 years, I'm just hoping to be, you know, in a good place, mentally, physically, emotionally, in a good place. Now that was 2020. Here we are, 2025. It's been 5 years, right? And honey, I said I was gonna be in my own single family home. I was gonna have a dog. I was gonna have a husband. I was gonna have kids. I said plural. Like, you can tell when I'm depressed and when I'm not depressed, because I be having dreams and goals. So that got me to thinking about all the things I wish I knew when I was in my 20s and in my 30s, even if I knew them, I don't think I would have done anything different because, you know, when you in your 20s especially, you be like, I'ma always be able to do the splits, baby. That ain't never gonna go away. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I'ma always be able to split pop on that thing. That was a lot of information, Tracie. And so what do? You stop stretching, you stop running. When I think about how much training I did when I was in gymnastics and cheerleading, we worked out a lot. And I used to just, because it was so fun to me, I didn't see it as working out. I saw it as like doing something that I enjoy. But if I was, okay, how am I gonna do this? Here's all the things that I would do if I was 25 years old right now. Kegels. And I'm gonna tell you this, because you're 25, you don't even have to do them that often for real. Just hit it like once, twice a week. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta do some like strong like holds. You know what I'm saying? Like do some pulses, like, because I remember how the people used to just act like doing Kegels was just so you could grip that thing a little bit harder. That's not what the Kegels are for. Screw that thing. Not nobody worried about that thing. Hold on. Okay. Man, screw that thing. Don't nobody care about that thing. Screw that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is we doing stuff for their pleasure? It don't make no damn sense. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna put this on silent for real this time. My computer's still on. It don't matter. Okay, where was I at? Okay, yeah, so I remember like college, right after college, you know, right up in this age range, how everybody would be like, yeah, you know, you got to do them Kegels so that you could grip that thing a little bit harder. You know what I'm saying? Like you could put a little grip on it. And looking back on all of the things that we did for men's pleasure is cringe. If I may, because one time I said something was cringe and then I got a lot of pushback because they were like, that's not cringe. You don't know what cringe is. You're too old to know what cringe is. If I may, looking back, all of the things that we did for men's pleasure, cringe. Also, you might not want to listen to me because I'm 45 and I'm unmarried and don't have no kids, but rich.
I am rich, bitch, cash money, bling, big time. I was running to the bank, ching, ching.
I'm just kidding, I'm not rich. I gotta look for a job right now. When you, 20 years later, hi, I'm me, your future, okay? Even if you don't have kids, now if you have kids, it's gonna be worse for you, okay? If you have kids vaginally, it's gonna be worse for you because something happens to y'all bladder control or whatever when y'all be having them babies, but you can't hold your pee no more like you used to be able to. And I am a pee holder downer, okay? I can hold my pee all day. And I know it's not good, like you're not supposed to do that. Now, I will be like, oh, I gotta pee. And then I'll do a little pee dance, like, ooh, and then it'll just start coming out, bitch. What you mean you started coming out? I didn't give you permission to come out. What are you doing? Why would you do that? I mean, and here's the thing. This is how I know it's Kegel related, because when you try to hold it, when you try to stop it from coming out, it don't. Like you can't Kegel it up enough to stop it from dribbling a little bit. And then once that thing start dribbling, if you don't hurry up, you might want to go ahead and get you some Depends, bruh. So that's number one. Kegel it up. Start now. And then, should I tell y'all like in order? Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all in order. So then when you turn 35, this is when you gotta start doing it every day. Okay, this is what I would do. I would start every day and I would just make it a part of my like shower routine or like doing my hair or something, brushing my teeth, Kegels the whole time. This is when it's important. Y'all got to do these Kegels. I am you in the future. You have to listen. Like I'm telling you, I'm not making this up. And here's the thing, guys. The generations before us, I would consider myself a X-zennial, right? I'm on the cusp of Gen X and millennial. The generations before us, they're of the, you'll find out when it happened to you. That's how they roll. They don't share information. They keep everything to themselves. It's like we're just out here finding shit out for the first time ever. Millennials share everything. We are the first generation that had the internet. We talking out loud, and we telling y'all everything that needs to be done. Okay? Now it's up to y'all if y'all want to listen or not. Okay, so we did the pee all the way through the 40s, right? You're gonna start peeing on yourself a little bit in your 40s. I don't know how else to, yeah. In your 20s, go ahead and start doing it. You know, get used to doing it a couple times a week, whatever. Your 30s, do it every single day. Don't play them games. Your 40s, hopefully you won't be peeing on yourself. If you get to your 40s, 45, and you can still hold your pee good, you're welcome. Save this video, come back to it in 10 years, however many years you need, and see if you did everything that was supposed to be done and see what your life is like. The second thing I want to talk about is, if I was 25 right now, I would figure out a way to save money. I know it's hard because these people ain't paying y'all enough and the rent is like super high. I have to let y'all know. I know that y'all just got out of your house with your mom or your family. You not trying to move back in with mom, Do whatever you have to do to save money. Stack your paper. Put it in a high yield savings. I'm gonna come close. Put it in a high yield savings account. Okay, if that's where you got to start, just get a high yield savings account. If you can afford to get a financial advisor, go ahead and get you one. They're going to start investing stuff for you. Then by the time, if you start doing that at 25, baby, early retirement. I'm telling you, by 50, you out the game instead of 65. You know what I'm saying? You could be out the game at 50. You got to start early though. And I know people be like, I don't have no money. Anything extra. You do your budget, you budget down and you got $50 left, high yield savings account. High yield savings account is going to make your money make money. Okay? So your money is just sitting in a savings account, but it's accruing interest. It's growing by itself. The more money you have in that account, the more interest it's going to accrue. So, you feel me? That's if I was 25. If I was 35, I would be maxing out my 401k. I'm spilling the tea. I'm spilling the tea now. A lot of y'all, if your company has a 401k match, max that thing out. Max out. At least you got to get what the company match is. I remember for a long time, I was doing like 3% for my 401k because I wanted my money. I'm like, no, I want my paycheck to be this amount. I don't care about no 401k. Let me tell you, I haven't worked for 2 years on purpose. Just, I'm calling it pre-retirement. And it's mostly because in my 30s, I started maxing out my 401k and investing. Okay? Max out your 401k. If your company has a match, if they match like whatever you put in the most. If they match 5%, put in at least 5%. You have to take advantage of free money. If your company is offering free money, take advantage of free money. And then when you're 45, you could be like me and take 2 years off of work because you just don't feel like working no more. But then your financial advisor tells you that you should find a job again because it's time.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I don't want to talk about it. What's next? If you're already stiff at 25, I don't want to be negative, but it might be over for you. It might be over for you. If you already can't stand up without, at 25, baby, I don't know what to tell you. It ain't looking good, my guy. If I was 25 and I was already like sort of naturally limber or whatever, I would be stretching maybe 2-3 times a week. Just stretching, just like trying to make sure everything is loose and feels good and nothing is tight. If I was 35, I would be stretching every single day. Every single day. And I don't care if it's yoga, if it's Pilates, because Pilates is great, you know, that y'all have access to that, like those classes and stuff like that nowadays, because it also is adding strength at the same time. So Pilates is amazing. But if you are stretching and moving every single day in your 30s, your 40s should be so much better. So now let's hit the 45 up. If you're like me and you just thought your flexibility was going to last forever and you just thought like, I'm going to always have my back handspring. Like right now, how can I explain this? I'm always at a low level of pain and you just sort of like get used to it. But there's something on me that is hurting at all times. Like right now, my lower back hurts, My wrist hurts, but my wrist doesn't hurt all the time. It hurts when I pick something up randomly. It'll randomly hurt. Those are the worst ones because you be like, ooh, because it reminds you that, bitch, you're old. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you thought you was going to be able to pick up that heavy box? No. My hip flexors are hard, which I guess means they're tight. And I think that's affecting my lower back because all of that stuff is connected down there. I have no idea. I could see how things started changing for me. Here are the telltale signs. Putting on socks. I noticed that I was putting on socks differently. I don't even really remember how I used to put on socks. If you are in your 20s and you're watching this, or you in your 30s or whatever, how do you put on your socks? Like, what is your stance? Are you a sit down type of, and you hit this and then you put your sock on like this right here? First of all, this hurt. My little leg. Oh God. I think I remember being able to stand up and just be like, and pick my foot up and put my sock on. Anywho, let me know in the comments how y'all put on y'all socks. But that was one of the telltale signs that I knew I was getting old. Another sign was I stopped bending at the knee. Stop bending at the knee. Everything that I started, whenever I had to pick something up, I hinged at the waist. It wasn't just, let me squat down and pick this up. So I'm telling y'all, as the future version of you, from the year 3000.
In the year 3000. In the year 3000.
Stretch. Move now. Because you know how you see, I know these ladies and these like old people that have, they probably have like arthritis or like osteoporosis. Side note, Black people don't be getting osteoporosis like that. Isn't that interesting? Do Black people get osteo? Studies show lower rates of osteoporosis in Black women compared to white women. And you know what's weird? Osteoporosis is some bone shit. And all white people do is drink milk. Like from birth, they drink milk as like juice. So how y'all getting osteoporosis like that? And we not. And we don't drink milk like that. Oh, okay. Quick story time. One time I woke up and my wrist was hurting when I woke up. I was like, who the hell was I fighting in my sleep that my wrist hurt upon, y'all? What is that? Stuff just started breaking down and it takes longer to heal. They're not lying, guys. You are not the exception. I am here to tell you, please believe me. Please believe me and start now. Start today. Take care of yourself. If you give a damn. You know what I'm saying? If you don't give a damn, then yeah, do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? No judgment over here. Just stretch. Please move your body because we over here achy. 45. Oh, wait, did I go to 35? Yeah, I did, right? 35. You got to do something every day, babe. Y'all get the cadence now. In your 20s, you could do something probably like 2-3 times a week. In your 30s, you got to do that joint every day. Now, I'm not saying work out every day, but you got to do a little stretch. You got to be able to touch the floor. You got to be able to get up from the floor. You got to be able to squat down and keep your heels on the ground. Just start. Believe me. Okay. Now, this is the last thing I'm going to talk about today, but this might be something I could talk about forever because I looking back, these are things that I wish I could go back and be like, yo, It's not gonna stick around, babe. Your back gonna start hurting. Your wrist gonna be jacked up, bro. You gotta start stretching. You gotta start doing some strengthening. I wish I could go back and tell myself those things. So instead of doing that, because I'm unable to do that, I'm telling y'all. The last thing I'm gonna talk about is doctor's visits. You know how I know that certain people rarely go to the dentist? Because they'll put on Facebook themselves in the dentist chair. Baby, if you go to that dentist twice a year, every year like you're supposed to, this wouldn't be a Facebookable moment. But because you've probably only been once in 5 years, that's why you're putting this on Facebook. Gone to the dentist, getting them pearly whites. Here's the things that you need to be doing in your 20s. Go to the dentist. If you have a job now and if you are 25, I don't know the rules anymore because Obama had made it so that you could be on your parents' insurance until 25, but I think Trump did away with that. I don't know what the laws are, but if you're still under your parents' insurance, do it up. They paying for that. We did not even take advantage, and they knew that. The parents knew that. They said, you know what? I ain't gonna tell her to go nowhere. I'm gonna see if she gonna go to the dentist herself. We ain't going to no dentist. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. The dentist, twice a year. For me, it's like January, July. Oh, this November, okay. Annual doctor, like primary care doctor. Find you somebody that you actually like. If you could find you somebody young, a doctor that you actually like, you could grow up with them and they would know your whole medical history. And I feel like that is a nice experience to have. I never could have had that experience because I moved around a lot. I remember going to the dentist in New York. I was like, New York is a weird, going to the gynecologist in New York is crazy. It is insane. I was going down into this. It was like the Cosby house. You know how he had his practice in the basement? That's where my gynecologist, it was his house. I was like, this ain't right. Something ain't right here. I don't know how I feel about this. That's just how they do stuff. Like, them private practices is weird, man. In your 20s, everything is gonna be fine. You know, fingers crossed, you know what I'm saying? But it is still, this is the time when the habit gets formed, right? You're going to the dentist twice a year. You are going to your primary care doctor once a year. You're going to your gynecologist once a year. Nowadays, they tell you to go to the gynecologist. Oh, you don't need to come back for 3 years. I don't trust it. I feel like they only telling that to the black people, but I don't know because I ain't never been no white person before. If you can, talk to your doctor and be like, I know I don't need to come back every year or whatever, but can I still? And if they say, yeah, girl, come on back, go back every single year, especially if you're sexually active and, you know, you're getting that thing flipped and tossed and rearranged. You might want to just go on in there once a year, okay? I wouldn't say necessarily that you have to go to the dermatologist in your 20s once a year. I would reserve that for like in your 30s. That's when you need to start going to the dermatologist once a year. But if you live in a very sunny area, you're outside a lot, on the beach a lot, you starting to get random moles and stuff like that, I would go to the dermatologist maybe once every 2 years, something like that in my 20s. Random little headache flares, like what was that? I'm tired. And here's the thing, you have to be honest at these things. If you're feeling, don't go in there and be like, everything's cool, I'm straight, knowing that you got a big knot on your back that's been growing. You know what I'm saying? You got to be like, hey doc, can you take a look at this? I know people in their 20s are very awkward and weird about like being honest with adults and people who they deem is like a professional person. And like, they would probably like want their mom to say something or like their parent. Now is the time. You have to be in control of your health, okay? You have to get used to being like, hey, if it means nothing, it means nothing. You know what I'm saying? But if you go in there and you're like, hey, I've been feeling sort of like me right now, I've been feeling, I've been losing my balance a lot lately, and I've been like tripping, bumping into things or whatever. And so I told somebody, I'm like, this ain't normal for me. I know where everything is, because, you know, when you have a messy house people know exactly where they need to step to maneuver through their mess. Okay. So I don't be bumping into stuff. I don't be tripping. I don't be falling, but now I do. Something ain't right. Okay. So, you have to tell people the things that are going on. And I don't care how trivial it sounds, just say it out loud. That is my motto for everybody in their 20s. Say it out loud. That is something, we can get into that on the next video or whenever I do this type of talk again, but you need to do that at work. And that's something that I started doing. I would put my hand up and be like, hey, I just want to say this out loud, but da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And they would, you know, sometimes they'd be like, thank you, we needed that reminder. Or sometimes they'd be like, noted. Say it out loud. Just say it out loud. It doesn't have to be right or to just say it out loud. In relationships, say it out loud. Don't be thinking in your head, he don't like me, he must be cheating, Say it out loud. Have the conversation. Let's be emotionally aware here, people. We got to grow up. It's time, right?
No, God, please, no, 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 no.
And then vision. We talked about vision already. Y'all start getting into the habit of going to these doctors. When something is wrong with you, it's not going to heal up when you start entering in your 30s and 40s. It's not going to heal up the same as it was when you were in your 20s. Like in my 20s, I could probably break 2 toes and by, next week I'll be straight. Be like, man, yeah, I had broke 2 toes last week. You know what I'm saying? It was cool though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even do nothing for real. Take them joints together and move on. You can't do that no more. You're going to be on a walker. Okay. Another thing that I want to say health-wise for the people in their 40s is that after 39, that is your last year. I would say 38, 39 is probably your last years of people treating your health as your health. After 38, 39, everything is perimenopause. They're going to blame every single ailment, everything that's wrong with you, everything that you bring to them. They're going to be like, oh, perimenopause, da-da-da. That's just like when you see an overweight person and you automatically assume diabetes. It's like, you want to work today or nah? Like, if you didn't want to work, you should have just said that, because I understand that. You know what I'm saying? You could call off and come back when you are into this again. This was your degree that you put into work. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, that's annoying because you could hurt your toe and they'd be like, well, perimenopause is just, And lastly, I do want to say, I did sprain my wrist pulling a wedgie out. And it wasn't because the wedgie was so far in there or I had to do some crazy maneuvering. That is how weak my wrists are. I used to do back handsprings, baby. Cartwheel, one hand, no hand. Hello? Even in my 30s, I was still cartwheeling. Getting old is crazy. And I'll just, keep continuing to come back and share what I know. If you have any questions that you would like for me to answer, if you're in your 20s and you want to know what a certain thing is going to be like, I could give you my perspective on it. I can only speak in, very general terms because, as I said before, I'm not married. I don't have any children. And so I don't know nothing about that part. With that, y'all, I'm gonna cut it off right there. I do want to say that I'm going to do, for 2026, I'm going to do some rejiggering of my channel. I think I'm going to go to more of a variety show type of vibe instead of just all depression-ness. Depression-ness will still be in there, but it won't be like the only thing that I'm doing on this channel. So I just want to bring back more talks like this and more like book club things. Like we forgot about the book. I forgot about the book club. Real talk. I forgot. Book club stuff, like just random board game stuff. I've been playing board games on lives with y'all sometimes, and just fun stuff. I just want to do like whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I think I'm going to go to what I did back in the day on Instagram. I think I'm going to use that same theme song and everything. Y'all, I'm finna get rid of this. I am so over this nose ring and the crust that builds up right there. Oh my God, I am so over it. I'm taking that out. I don't care no more. Forgot what I was talking about. Oh, back during the quarantine, 2020, I had started the Tracie Mae Show. And it was just me doing something different every week. Sometimes I was cleaning my closet out. Sometimes I was learning a dance challenge. Sometimes I was, repotting my plants and just spilling tea. Sometimes I was giving y'all history lessons about my neighborhood. And, just one time I think I went for a walk and I was just walk and talk, I think I want to go back to something like that. Something more lifestyle. Joggers. I want to go to something like that. I'm going to keep my same theme song because that joint, I might re-sing it because I don't know where that music is. I will have to see if I still have those files somewhere. I don't know, but that, ooh, yay, what a day. It's a sleigh. Okay, that's my shit. Like, that went so hard during the quarantine. Like, that's so good. I hope y'all accept this video as tribute. The room is coming together. I did not finish it by my birthday, and I was really disappointed and sad. And I kind of was like, I don't even want to do it no more, but I'm still doing it. Really. I want to say that next Thursday is my mama's death anniversary. Let me look at the calendar. Oh no, it's next Tuesday. Oh shit, that's closer than I thought. It's next Tuesday, so I should be good by the time by the time I need to talk to y'all again. But all right, y'all. I will see y'all next time. Bye.